What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And before we get into today's video, I just want to say if you're a fan of those Legends of the Game, then I would definitely recommend subscribing to the channel. Also, guys, if this is content that you enjoy, I would greatly appreciate it if you'd post or as that like button. And in the comments below, guys, let me know a legend you'd like to see me do a build on. And with that being said, let's get right into today's video. So, guys, this is actually a request build that we had for Shawn Marion, and the thing about Shawn Marion is he was one of my favorite, players in the 2000s. And I really feel like on that Suns team with him, Nash, and Stoudemire, I really feel like a lot of times Marion was overlooked, right? He wasn't, I don't feel like he ever got the credit that he really deserved for that team because, I mean, he was not only the guy that, you know, he was the guy that on defense, he was their anchor essentially. And he was just, he was the best defensive player by far. He was still able to put up good offensive numbers, good rebounding numbers, and a lot of people they just overlook him, right? So it's just unfortunate. And the Matrix is, I mean, he's a really, really good player. I don't know if I would say that he's Hall of Fame. He's pretty close to that Hall of Fame, right? I mean, but I just don't see that. I don't know that I would say that he's definitely a Hall of Famer. Um, but if he were to get in, I mean, I wouldn't be like, oh man, that was just a horrible pick, because I mean, there've been horrible picks that have made it into the Hall of Fame before, right? So, and Shawn Marion, he was always a really good defender. He developed a good shot. It was not the prettiest shot in the world, but it was a good shot. He was able to knock it down pretty effectively. So what we're going to do is there's a couple ways that you could do this build, okay? And they're all pretty much the same, really, guys. So I'm not going to, waste a whole lot of your time going into each one individually. If you wanted to go the Hall of Fame shooting and Hall of Fame defense, that would work. If you're wanting to go with a little bit more shooting and a little bit less defense, that would work as well. Or if you wanted to go this route where you have more defense and a little bit less shooting, that would work also. And that's actually the one that I'm going to go with. And of course, because he was only 6'7", and he was able to get, blocks and bear in mind that, I mean, 6'7", 220 power forward in today's game, that's not, far fetched. But at the time when Marion was playing power forward, he was going up against guys like Garnett, Duncan, Nowitzki, Weber, guys that were like 6'10" and up, that, they were just way bigger than he was, right? And I mean, if you think about those four guys alone, right? And you could say basically, with the exception of Weber, those are the three that I mentioned, top 10 power forwards of all time. You could even argue that those three are top 5 power forwards of all time if you really wanted to. That was just that was the power forward era essentially, right? So that's the type of players that, Marion was having to guard at the power forward position. And he held his own really, really well. So let's go ahead. We're going to max out our close shot, our driving layup, our driving dunk, and our standing dunk. We're going to, of course, max out our mid-range. And we're going to max out our three-point shot. And our free throw. We're going to take this up to just 50 because we want to be able to pass some, right? We don't need to be ultra effective, and we're going to take that up to 50 as well. And then the rest of this, we're going to put in our defense because we want to be an all-around pretty decent defender, right? And we're just going to try to get as much of the, that defense as possible. And you're not going to be great at steals, but you know, in all honesty, guys, 47 for steal at the power forward position, I think you'll do okay. Will of course be compact, 6'7", 220. We'll go ahead and max this wingspan out. I know that does hurt the shooting some, but guys, you know the thing is, um, you want to be able to get as much of an increase to that driving dunk, that standing dunk as possible. And it also helped you across the board on defense, right? He was a really good defender. He was he was pretty good at shot blocking for his size. He was really good at shot blocking considering the height of the other players he went up against. And as well as rebounding, considering what he was rebounding against, he did really, really well. And it's not like if you get a 76 mid-range and a 75 three-point shot that's horrible and you're not going to be able to knock that down, because you can. I mean, it's in 2K22, it's not difficult to knock down at the mid-range of that and three-point shot of that. So you could do very, very well with this. Now for your takeover guys, I mean, it really depends on you. You know, if you want to get better at, rebounding, you go this route. If you want to improve that finishing, you go here. But I just feel like spot up shooters are a really good way to go. And I do like this because it's kind of a rare build. It's not one of the ones that you see a lot of, perimeter defender. So I do like that. And, it's with that ability to shoot and still be able to finish around the basket too. It's a little bit deceiving, right? We'll go ahead and we'll look at the badges as well. And, but of course, guys, like always, badges, they're more or less a suggestion. It's not anything that you have to do. This is just the way that I would do this build. I feel like Fearless Finisher is the way to go. Fast Twitch is the way to go because you're so undersized. And we'll do Rise Up on Bronze. And that, like I said, because you're so undersized, you really need those. Now for your shooting badges, I feel like Corner Specialist is a good way to go. Hot Zone Hunter, Limitless Spot Up. And then, actually, you know what? I'm going to take this off and I'm going to put Catch and Shoot on. Because I feel like that's a little bit more, it's a better badge than Corner Specialist, I feel. But we'll put Corner Specialist on and Difficult Shots on as well. For the one playmaking badge, guys, I mean, it really depends on you. We'll just go with Break Starter. And then here, guys, we're going to go, of course, we want to go Clamps. Interceptor's a good one. Intimidator's a good one. Rebound Chaser's a good one. And then, Rim Protector, I feel like, is another good one, too. It's one that you definitely want, right? And then for these last two, you could do Pogo Stick, Pickpocket. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go Pickpocket and we'll go Hustler. But yeah, there you have it, guys. I really feel like this is a good Shawn Marion build. Like I said, any one of those pie charts that incorporate shooting and defense, you could really, you could do this build out of either of those. It really just depends on what you want the focus to be more on. If you want more shooting, then, of course, you're going to go with the one that's more shooting with a little bit less, defense. If you want it more balanced, then, of course, you'll do Hall of Fame for both. So it depends on you. I really like this build. I was still able to shoot very, very well with it. It played well. So, yeah, I mean, just find the one that works for you and go with it. But, guys, if you enjoyed this video, I would greatly appreciate it if you'd posterize that like button. If you like those legends of the game, I would recommend subscribing to the channel. And in the comments below, guys, let me know a legend you'd like to see me do a build on. I would be more than happy to do that build for you. And with that being said, have a wonderful day, night, evening, wherever you are. Have a good one.